What? I'm excited. I like,
This guy. Man.
letting my opinions known in the world and stuff. And I'm really a little. Anyway, I want to talk about last week. Last week in the Mexican thing. I don't want to talk about
Yeah. Okay, please. Let's refrain from saying Mexicans this go round. All right. There's a good people.
They're good. They're great people. I love them.
Okay, as long as you know.
Make amazing food.
Actually, yes, I like Mexican food.
Mexican food?
Mexican food is I like Mexican food.
Can't go wrong with that.
I definitely like Mexican food. Obviously, I grew up more like Cuban food.
Yeah, you got
Dominican.
Miami.
Yeah, Miami, but.
You go to Atlanta though, that's a lot of Mexican food out there.
For real?
Oh man, everywhere. Car wash and Mexican foods. That sounds bad together.
That sounds. That's probably. So
I guess like that. I'm just saying there's car washes and Mexican food everywhere.
So you go to Atlanta, it's car washes.
Let's not.
Boy, you keep throwing yourself.
Let's not do this. I'm sorry.
I don't ever have to.
I didn't mean like. I'm not. I'm just being okay.
Look, oh man,
what are we talking about anyway today? What's the deal?
Okay, red flags.
In trouble.
Red flags.
Red flags. What's that?
Never heard this expression, red flag?
Red flags like in football game, soccer?
You're typical Floridian now.
I don't know.
Floridians don't care about no flags. They got a whole hurricane flag that's out, and they're still out living.
Okay, I've been seeing these things online.
Yeah. So red flags. These are things that draw you to be concerned about a person or a place or something happening. So do you see this behavior, maybe incident, and you're like, hey, something's up.
Oh,
like
okay.
it catches your attention, like maybe something's wrong.
Oh,
maybe
red flags.
Ah, see, I'm glad you're catching on.
A little bit. I've been seeing this online.
You're catching on.
I'm a little slow, and I saw this stuff online. And I saw people say a line. I guess they thought they were like, it sounded interesting what they were saying, and they put red flags on it. And I really was having a lot of, now I know what you're talking about, but now I'm kind of figuring out what you're talking about, because I really didn't know what you were talking about. If that makes any sense.
If you say so.
No, I'm just saying.
If you say so.
I'm saying that I saw it online.
I'm just happy you didn't say something with some stereotype.
I'm
racial undertone.
I'm not hip, okay? I'm sorry.
I'm just happy.
Okay, I'm just a Christian man praying in a cave. Okay?
I mean, but I would assume Christians have some red flags. Is there some Christian red flags?
There's definitely Christian red flags. It's like, I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. The Christian red flag is, there shouldn't be like, I saw this recently actually. I saw there's the Christian stripper. I think that's a red flag. I don't think you can be a Christian stripper.
Why not?
I think that's an oxymoron. You know what I mean? It's like you're doing something that obviously is literally in the Bible not to do, but at the same time you're saying, I'm like, you can't make up your own laws and rules with God. You know what I mean? So to me, that's kind of a red flag. But that's just one of many. That's like a lot of red flags. Like, hey, you're gonna get healed.
I know a lot of strippers on my Instagram.
I think they believe in God. That's different. But are they Christian? Can you be a Christian liar? Can you be a Christian fornicator? No.
I've seen drug dealing pastors.
Again, that doesn't mean that's correct. No.
Oh, okay.
But I think that it could be.
I worked at the child support office.
Uh-huh.
You used to see a lot of pastors in child support.
Yeah, I believe that, bro. I'm not saying that. Again, that's what I'm saying, red flags. And there's pastors like telling people, you get this little blanket and you can get a healing blanket.
Maybe a pastor on child support is a red flag.
Definitely a red flag. Yeah, that's very, that's not good. That's bad. The red flag, but again, what's the thing? Where did this come from? That's my thing. Where does this red flag thing come from? Like, who invents these?
People always trying to say, well, I think the red flag energy came from the over misuse of the word narcissist.
Oh yeah, I hated that.
So once everybody's kind of in that energy, now everybody's calling everyone a narcissist.
Everybody, every woman's thing now is like, you're a narcissist.
Once they don't agree with you.
Yeah, even anything. Like, you're a narcissist, and you're like, you're talking about yourself all the time. You're a narcissist.
I personally got called by a narcissist by someone who's known me for all of 3 minutes. So how are you calling me a narcissist and you don't even have enough experience? Like, you need
information. But you're saying it's part of that new culture of these. I mean, okay, you go online, and what I know this now, this is why I'm getting the whole red flag thing. I'm catching on to the ideology of it and what it means, because I really didn't know or care. And I see now what it is. So it's like pseudo-intellectual madness, you're saying.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That's what we're dealing with at this point.
Okay.
Right? Like people go
I'm
online.
with you.
You know what I'm saying? People go
I'm
online,
with you until
like,
you say something crazy. I'm with you.
I'm just saying, it's like, and we've seen this for years though. Go back to now, every woman out there, and some men too, but more women are psychoanalysts.
Every day.
They know. I don't know.
Everyone's a psychiatrist.
You know what I'm saying? Like they know what a narcissist is. I don't even know the total legal definition of a narcissist. I know what it means because of like, okay, I get you. You're in yourself.
These are the same people when they're telling me. So you're probably going to learn something right here. I wouldn't be surprised if you make this man. I don't know it because I meet a lot of people and they'll say narcissist, and then I ask them, then what is antisocial? And then they will tell me that antisocial means that someone who's an introvert. And I'm like, well, how is that if a narcissist is antisocial personality?
That's really confusing. See,
a narcissist, antisocial means that you have no value for anybody else's right space. You don't care about, you will use people for your own good. You don't care what damage you create to other people.
As long as you benefit.
Exactly, that's antisocial.
But isn't that narcissism?
That's narcissism. It's our antisocial personality, but you don't even know what antisocial, so how are you gonna call me a narcissist?
But see, that's what I'm trying to say is this.
So to me, that's a red flag. Once you use the word narcissist it's a red flag. Like I hear you use the word narcissist, I'm like, okay.
But I think
this person might be a nut.
I'm gonna go into that what you're saying because I agree, and I think it really is one of those things where it's like people who are using the red flag thing is a red flag. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have the time to like try to be cute with life problems, I think there's a red flag there. Because that's what I see here. I see people with life problems like, I have this problem. Let me make it funny. I get we should laugh at life, and sometimes we should laugh about, but they're taking things that, when you take something and devalue it to death, that's serious, and you just want to make a joke about everything, like, hey, look at this red flag. It's like, it gets to the point where it's like, you guys are all geniuses out here. I get it. Everyone's a genius now. Everyone knows how to see a red flag. You know what I mean? I want to follow some of these people around for 24 hours and just see how many amazing non-red flags they block. I doubt it's reality. I just don't. This is this new social media madness that everyone's a freaking genius, and I can't do it, Rick. I'm sorry. It gets to me a little bit.
I don't know what to tell you. I think we're living in real life, like the real life movie of Idiocracy. We are.
It's
like literally madness. I just hear.
It's like we're gonna see somebody soon. Like, hey guys, I'm driving 100 miles an hour, about to crash into a brick wall. Hey, good guys, red flags. Ready for the crash. Like, look, take a picture of it. Red flag. And it's like, are you trying to entertain me or yourself when you're on social media? Because I'm really trying to figure that one out. Are you bored? Boredom is a red flag.
So maybe you. Okay, so maybe you do look for red flags, you just don't talk about it.
I think everyone should look for red flags if you're smart enough, right? Nothing wrong with looking for red flags. If you're on a date with somebody, right? Or you're on a job and someone's like, hey man, I'll pay you, soon. I'll pay you soon is always a red flag. If there's no dates to the pay, that's a red flag, right? So conversation, anything, red flags are natural, you know what I'm saying? Like the waiter said something, doesn't live up to it, red flag, doesn't matter where you go, but it's like we've taken things and become, like it's this ultra meme reality, like everybody has to that's my question was more about origin of where did this come from? Like is somebody in like the Instagram gods, whatever they are, like say, hey, let's do this one now, because remember there was also like the water bucket challenge, whatever it was a couple of years ago. And then people did that. People were dumping buckets of water in their heads, and everyone was doing it. Like, look at the water bucket challenge, whatever it was. I'm gonna put some water on top of my head, like monkey see, monkey do kind of reality. I'm like, where did this one come from, and why is it so like,
I have no idea. There's all kind of explanations. But what's interesting is seeing people post what their red flags were. Drew red flags for me for them. It's like
you gotta tell
why
me
are you experiencing this?
You gotta tell me
how do you? And you ever had like a moment in your life and you're like, and you just realize, how the fuck did I end up here?
Not in those words, but yes.
Yeah, like how did I end up here? So in my mind, I'm hearing them with certain red flags, and I'm like, how did you end up in front of experiencing this?
But tell me one, because you're telling me I'm getting like amped up here. I want to hear one, man. You just can't.
It's just like, what was it? Okay, there was a girl talking about a guy with more than 5 baby mamas.
Okay.
Why are you available for someone like this?
Yeah.
Like I can understand why, but why are you even available?
And what's the red flag there? The 4th baby?
I don't know.
The 3rd baby is a red flag? Like, what's the red flag in that scenario?
I don't know.
That's crazy. You're right.
I really don't know. And I don't know. So there's another issue with red flags, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We may be saying this is a red flag, but we don't know how they end up there. So it may not be his fault that it's always your fault because you have children.
Yeah.
It comes from an intentional act, right?
Yeah, definitely not.
So, but, okay, his 5th baby mama, okay, he has the first one, the second one, okay, there was one, the third one, okay, there's 2, but what does that say about the 4th and 5th baby mama?
They don't have the red flag excuse, I think. I think the red flag excuse is...
They are the red flag.
They are the red
flag. Why are you here?
Yeah, that's true. Like, like you look, but again, and again, women don't like to hear this, I think, when you say things like, oh, you wanted to save this man, or, oh, you believe you could change him. When you say that, you get... If
a woman says she wants to save, she can change a man, that's a red flag.
Yeah, and they don't like to hear that, right? But it's true. That's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
That's anybody. Like, hey,
that's definitely a red flag.
A guy can do that for a girl too, and that's a red
flag. Oh, no, listen, yeah, definitely. If a guy does that, I'm definitely...
That's a red flag, right?
It's a red flag.
Like that girl from the strip club.
Like, what's wrong with you?
I'm gonna save her. I can save.
What is wrong with you, guy? What is wrong with you?
Why?
That's what I want to know. Like, what is wrong with a guy? Mm-hmm. What would make me? What's going
through your head?
Through my head. What is my life experience that says I'm gonna turn here and obviously try to save someone who's in a position of their choosing, and everybody thinks.
I like what you just said there. Of your choosing. It's like
of your choosing.
When someone chooses something, like what gives you the super knowledge to be like, I can do this on my own strength to get them out of this.
Yeah,
because and then they're enjoying.
How do you know exactly? How do you know that they have a problem?
Yeah,
and they need to be saved.
Yeah. So
now you're making an assumption.
Well, I mean, definitely an assumption, but even worse than an assumption is, like you said, just thinking that you can even do it. I mean, forget the fact that it's not a good idea, but the fact that you can actually think you can achieve it is even probably crazier. You know what I mean? Like you think you can, I'm gonna be good to this. And you hear a story all the time when like I was good to him, and and vice versa. I was good to her. She took all my money out the bank account. Red flags. She took out $100,000.
Yeah, but why did you skip all the red flags?
Okay, let's talk about that.
Because I don't believe.
Oh, wait, let's be honest. Was there some red flags you ever skipped?
Me?
Yeah.
No, and that's probably my biggest downfall. It's probably why I get called a narcissist all the time. I'm Rick Petty, so I'm gonna pay attention to those things. Like, I'm good.
And you cut off. You deal with red flags on the button.
They're human. I know they're going to fail.
You just got out of it. By the
way, the one book you read, which is another red flag for me.
Why is that
person that only reads that one book
I read more than,
is a red
flag.
There's
many books in that one book, though.
You only read that one book.
There's a lot of books in that book.
You're talking about different chapters in one
different books. Book of Psalms, Book of John.
Whatever you want to call it.
There's books. It's called that. I didn't read that. Book of
chapters.
Isaiah?
It's set up chapters.
There's books.
Chapters.
There are books. I'm not going to do this.
Chapters.
Look,
chapters.
Let's be honest with red flags.
But just a person who only reads the Bible is a red flag for me.
No.
And not because the Bible is bad,
right.
but that I believe a person who only believes to be narrow-minded like that
See that narrow
Because
but
religion is supposed to be in everything.
Okay, but how about this though? Narrow is the way that leads to eternal life. So in the Bible,
the
itself,
gospel is in everything.
No, it's not. Okay,
the gospel is a living gospel.
Stop it.
Don't let. But anyway,
no,
that's another one.
Don't do.
But
that's not even true.
It's the truth.
No, it's not the truth.
That's
narrow
not
is the way that leads to eternal life. So what does that mean? That means you have to be narrow-minded because the world's gonna tell you that you can do all.
You gotta
these
walk
things.
a tight line. You ain't gotta be narrow-minded.
No, but I'm not narrow-minded. Like, okay, for example, I'm not narrow-minded in that sense that
your path can be narrow, not your mind.
I've read many things in my books in my life. I focus more on one book over others.
Yes. But that's not what you said. You said you read one book.
I really do read one book, though. I'm not gonna lie. Primarily, I've had to read books. I've gone to school.
I don't know.
They're gonna tell you.
I don't know.
They're gonna tell you.
I don't know.
All sorts of books.
Social media educated people, yeah, that's a red flag. That's what it is.
This is what it is. Yeah, this is exactly what it is. It's like, and they have so much fun. Like, I'm gonna come up with a funny line too. You know, like this is what this all is. I can't stand that. That's why I make fun of it. I can't sit there and like people want to be all. It's like this new comedian. Because comedians are like that. They're very competitive. Comedians are very competitive people. If you've been in a room with comedians, boy, everyone wants to top each other's joke. So we're all just one big, wannabe comedians online now.
All right, I'm not gonna argue with you. Not the guy there's nothing but Mexican food and car washes.
I didn't say that. I said there's a lot of Mexican.
Now all our viewers from Atlanta is going to ride us for the next week
that's
again.
Fine. Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. There's lots of Mexican
He's doubling down on it.
Okay, it's real.
Somebody send Lil Bootsy to get this guy, man, because he's doubling down. I'm out of here.
We didn't finish talking about the red flags thing.